Hi, I'm cabaret singer Katie McGrath. The month of November has so much music in it, I'm reminded of P.G. Wodehouse's observation about his time in Manhattan. He said, "Being here is like being in heaven without going to all the bother and expense of dying." So here are the shows I look forward to seeing this month. On November 1st, as part of the Mabel Mercer Foundation Cabaret Convention, the mesmerizing K.T. Sullivan and several friends, including David Mayako, Natalie Douglas, Eugene Ebner, Tim Sullivan, and Jim Weber, converge at Birdland for 1919. It was a very good year. They will salute the notable performers born in 1919, including a very diverse group, including Nat King Cole, Liberace, Tennessee Ernie Ford, and Howard Keel. Imagine having a dinner party with that foursome. Also on the 1st, Master Diva and the Gents will be at Don't Tell Mama. They'll bring along their unique perspective and delivery on some of their favorite jazz and pop standards, all with their signature fresh contemporary energy. The group features vocalist Cedric Jones with Josh Friedman on guitar and Jason Scott Laney on piano. Also on the 1st at Pangea, my favorite gender justice rebel rouser Jack Bartholet reprises his show, Lady with a Song. He uses his beautiful voice, his quirky humor, and his fierce point of view to question norms and fight toxic masculinity and violence in an evening of wide-ranging and heartfelt tunes. His show description includes a note about glitter bombs, so don't say I didn't warn you. On the 2nd, multi-award-winning Kevin Dozier is at the Beach Cafe with some timely offerings from his new recording of traditional and contemporary holiday songs, Christmas Eve. I love the way Dozier embraces and embodies the songs he sings in such a way that if I didn't know better, I would swear that they came straight from his heart and his personal pen. On the 3rd, the 17th, and the 24th at the Laurie Beachman Theater, the lovably acerbic and ridiculously talented Kim Grogg and Lennie Watts team up to share music from songwriters and artists that hail from their home states. Grogg's from Indiana, and Watts is from Missouri. There's no lack of hometown sons and daughters to draw from, such as Cole Porter and Burt Bacharach, Hoagie Carmichael, Michael McDonald. I guess it just depends on how much time you have. Then on the 7th, in a rare solo appearance at Don't Tell Mama, singer-songwriter David Nehls will perform songs from his musical theater shows he's written, including my personal favorite, the Great American Trailer Park Musical, and his most recent rock opera, Killer Wigs from Outer Space! And all, along with upcoming Mommy Dearest, written with Christina Crawford. I just love these straight-ahead all-American boys. The beautiful Liora Michelle will present her show, The Greedy Soprano, on November 8th at Don't Tell Mama. I heard Liora for the first time this past summer when she co-hosted the Salon Open Mic. And I agree with how she was described in one review as musically elegant, impish, sensual, and elusive. And for this show, she steps beyond opera to include Broadway and pop to tell her story. On the 13th, the 15th, and the 21st, Lisa Viggiano gives us From Lady Day to the Boss at Don't Tell Mama. Now, when Lisa did her research for her award-winning Bruce Springsteen show last year, she dug beyond the songs themselves and learned about legendary producer John Henry Hammond, who is credited with launching or furthering the careers of the likes of Bessie Smith, Billie Holiday, Pete Seeger, Aretha Franklin, and of course, Bruce Springsteen. Another fabulous party that would be fun to host with that group. Back in 2008, after an enviable career as a backup artist for a busload of superstars, jazz vocalist Tanya Hall stepped into the solo spotlight, and she hasn't looked back. She will be at Birdland on the 14th to share music from her new full-length album, Say Yes, a collaborative effort with New York trio Unison, which consists of Hall's husband, renowned pianist Andy Milne, John Hebert on bass, and Clarence Penn on drums. On the 9th, Marcia Sander will be at Don't Tell Mama for her new show, Once Upon a Time, directed by Helen Baldassare. She'll be joined by her music director, Wells Hanley, on piano, and Rita Henn on bass, with songs she describes as from Sedaka to Sondheim.
Make them hear you.
From the 12th to the 23rd, the charismatic Broadway star, Brian Stokes Mitchell, returns to Feinstein's 54 Below with a new Plays with Music holiday concert, celebrating both the holidays and the release of his new album called Plays with Music. The New York Times called him Broadway's last leading man, and I hope that's not true. But Brian Stokes Mitchell is certainly one of the great ones. On the 16th and 30th at Don't Tell Mama, Rian Keating gives us the romantically titled In This Traveling Heart. I've studied with Rian, and I've become a real admirer of his tender, funny, and bittersweet boyhood stories, contrasting with the gravitas of his vocal delivery. In My Traveling Heart will benefit the Golden Door Scholarship and aid in an immigrant's college education. On the 17th, two excellent dames, Marta Sanders Cooper and Leanne Borghesi, will be at Birdland for the debut of Show Broads, a nightclub duel. It sounds like they both need their lawyers in attendance. But in this first-time collaboration of two amazingly gifted women, they promise a night of jazz, Latin, Broadway, and original tunes. And they describe Show Broads as a bawdy nightclub act with hot music, over-the-top laughs, and my favorite, not an ingenue in sight. And on the 20th at Birdland, Ari Axelrod presents a celebration of Jewish Broadway, honoring the songs and stories of Jewish composers and their contributions to the American musical, with beloved melodies and lyrics by the likes of Irving Berlin, Leonard Bernstein, and more. David Sabella of Cabaret Hotspot said, "Throughout the evening, Axelrod uses his beautiful tenor voice, impeccable musicianship, and clever sense of humor to both entertain and educate his audience. In other words, it tastes good and it's good for you." On the 20th at Laurie Beachman Theater, Wendy Scherl raises a burning issue in her show, Town and Country. Whether it is wrong for a hip urban lass who grew up in the chrome-plated shadows of Eli's and Bloomingdale's to harbor a secret fondness for open fields and the earthy twang of Loretta Lynn. My response is simply, hell no, let's go! On the 21st, 26th, and 27th, Broadway's Karen Mason returns to Birdland for her new show, Candor and Ebb and All That Jazz, which gives her a broad palette with lots of colors to explore. She's amazing. For someone who has been such a successful singer and actor, she infuses every note with joy and wit. The Birdland website says, "This new show highlights Mason's vocal prowess, warmth, and versatility." And I'm sure that's true, but that's not the show. That's her. On the 22nd, I'll be at Don't Tell Mama with Rick Jensen for Homesick for the Holidays. The writer Carol Nelson says, "Christmas is the only holiday in which people are homesick even when they're home." So we explore some of these truths make fun of others, and celebrate the largely dogma-free holiday, not to be confused with dog-free. That is not going to happen. On the 23rd, the Drinkwater brothers will be at Don't Tell Mama. Like so many twins we've read about in research studies, or maybe known personally, these brothers have an uncanny connection. In their case, it extends to remarkable perfect weaving of singing, harmonies, and playing various instruments and musical styles. And speaking of siblings, surely the most famous pairing is Liz Callaway and Ann Hampton Callaway. They're back at Feinstein's 54 Below for Broadway the Callaway from November 26th to 30th to raise the roof with showstoppers by Leonard Bernstein, Stephen Sondheim, Jerry Herman, and more. If I do nothing else during the holiday season, if I see this show, I'll feel like I've celebrated in great style. I'm Katie McGrath, and I'll see you there.
Just listen when I'm gone and find